Well, this here is the Ford Endeavour. It's the all-new version of the car, and well, okay, it's not all new. This is, of course, the new sport version of the car, and essentially, what this car gets is an all-black grille, all-black alloy wheels, and everything is black and dark on this car. Now, the color also is black, but of course, you can get in other shades as well. You can get in white and other colors as well. You can go to the Ford website and check out what colors you get this car in. Now, if you have been following me on Autoportal as well as my own channel, Ashish Masih Cars, then by now you would be knowing that I'm a big fan of this car. And of course, if you don't follow me on my other channel, you can of course click the link in the description box below and subscribe to the channel as well. And of course, I do a lot of Hindi videos there. English videos are reserved for Autoportal, Ashish Masih Cars, so you can check that channel out as well. Now, talking about this car in itself, it's a very good SUV. It's the best SUV in its segment. And even though in terms of sales figures, it's slightly behind the Fortuner, I reckon that this is a better product in terms of driving ability, in terms of overall ride and handling, as well as overall quality. It's just that the Fortuner has a slightly better image in the market. But apart from that, if you are someone who's in the market for a large size SUV, why you should check out the Ford Endeavour, I'll let you know in today's video review. Let's get started. And honestly, if it sounds very biased and sounds very positive, flowing in favor of Ford, then you can think that I am biased, but to be honest, I'm not biased. It's just that Ford has been such an exceptional car that everybody loves the Endeavour. And honestly, if somebody doesn't, then I'm sure that they have some other biases against the company or the car. Anyways, let's get started with this video and tell you what makes the Endeavour such a special product. Woodmore, as you might be aware by now, is the online expert in terms of spare parts. If you want a spare part for your vehicle, they have it in their list. They have the most extensive spare parts catalog, right from the most affordable small car to the top of the line luxury car, you name the car, and they have the spare parts for it. And the best point is that they have the spare parts from a host of different component makers and different price segments for the same spare part. So if you want to buy a cheaper part from a different maker or a more expensive part from a different component maker, they have the option for you. And they also promise you 10 days assured return without any hassles. If you don't like the spare part, you can send it back and they'll return all the money to you in the first 10 days. So woodmore.com is the name of the website. You can check them out on your iOS as well as Android devices as well. Well, so here I am driving my favorite large size SUV now, and today I'm going to tell you the top 5 reasons why I should consider buying this car. I will not tell you how it is to drive because I've already driven it so many times. I've driven the 3.2, I've driven the 2.2, I've also driven the 2-liter version. I'll put the links in the description box so you can check them out. You can check them out on the Autoportal channel, and you can also check them out on my channel, Ashish Masih Cars, which is of course reserved mostly for Hindi videos. So I'll put the links there. And of course, I've been driving this car for the last 5 years, different versions of the car when I was driving it for Autoportal as well as for my channel. So check those out on the description box below. Anyways, talking about the top 5 reasons why I should consider buying this particular version or the new Endeavour or the 2-liter version. Well, reason number 1 is the overall refinement of the engine. Yes, this is a very good car in terms of engine refinement, in terms of engine performance. Most other SUVs start responding from around 2000 RPM, but not this one. This is a very peppy and responsive engine. It starts responding from a relatively low 1500, 1600 RPM, which makes the cabin a very nice and quiet place to be in. And that's not all. It also gets a 10-speed automatic gearbox. So if you're driving this car on the highway, then you'll really never be found wanting for power because the gearbox has 10 gears and it is a very good gearbox. So it'll always put you in the right gear. When you're doing speeds in excess of 100 kph, the engine is spinning at a relatively low RPM of about 2000 RPM or maybe around 1600 RPM, which is the top gear, which makes the cabin a very isolated place. So overall, because of this brilliant engine, refinement is good, performance is good, fuel efficiency also is quite decent, and really no shame in saying that even though it's a small engine, performance is more than sufficient and at par with engines which offer you a little more power. Now, reason number 2 why I should consider buying this car is because of the premium cabin of this car. Its other rivals offer you good cabins as well, but this one is a step ahead, half a point ahead or 1 point ahead of all those rivals in terms of the premiumness of the cabin and the quality as well, because the quality of this cabin is absolutely first rate. All the switches, all the materials, all the small buttons here are made from premium quality materials. Nothing which you can say is wrong in the cabin. Even this steering wheel is nice to grip. The top of the dashboard and the top of the door panel where you can rest your hand is made from fine quality plastics. So Ford hasn't done any kind of cost cutting in these areas, and that is the reason number two. It offers you the best quality interiors on any large size SUV. Now, reason number three why I should consider buying this car is because of its ride and handling balance. Now, the ride on this car is by far the most comfortable across its segment. It simply annihilates all the roads, good roads, bad roads. You really are the boss of the road, and suddenly you might feel that the local authorities in your area have done a good job with the road. It's not the authorities who've done a good job paving the road. It's just that this car drives over them and just glides over them without any fuss whatsoever. So, in that sense, it's a great car. What you'll also like about the car is its handling prowess. Now, normally big and heavy SUVs like this aren't really meant for driving around in a spirited manner or a sporty manner, but there is some fun to be had in this big and bulky SUV because the chassis is very dynamic. The steering wheel is very good in terms of communication. It's very crisp, very agile, and just the whole experience of driving this car is very good. Overall, I think that this is the best car in this segment when it comes to sheer driving dynamics, and that is another reason why I should consider buying it. Now, another reason why I should consider buying this car is because of the rich features list. It really is a great mix of features in terms of not only the infotainment system, which comes with the Ford Sync 3 app, and it has the best connectivity across any car in the Indian market. It also offers you a very good sound system. The quality of the stereo is very good. But that's not all. You also get other features like off-roading, terrain management system over here, where you can of course choose what terrain you're driving on. You also get park assist, you get 4x4 function, and of course a host of other active and passive safety kit on this car, which makes it one of the best cars in terms of features. So that is another reason why I should consider shortlisting the car or simply going ahead and buying it. And another reason why I should consider buying this car is because of the seat comfort across all three rows, not only the front row, but even the last two rows of seats, the middle row and the last row. And all of them offer you good cushioning, good support for your under thighs, for your lower back. And that's another big reason why I should consider buying this car. The front seats, of course, on the driver's side, you can electrically adjust it for, for adjustments. The steering will also adjust for rake and reach. I won't do it now because I'm driving, but you get what I'm trying to say. It is a very rich experience inside the car, and those are the things which make it heads and shoulders above its rivals. It's very well engineered, it's very well made, quality levels are good, and build quality also is very strong. So these are the reasons why I should consider buying this car over its other rivals. And to be honest, there are lots of other journalists who might tell you that this car has a lot of negatives as well, but I can't find any negative which is a deal breaker. So I really can't put anything on it, and I've driven this car quite a lot. I have kept it in my long-term fleet on separate occasions, different times. I've kept the 2.2 and 3.2 versions, and I really haven't found any faults with it, major faults with it. Of course, you can always moan about something or the other in life. Nothing is perfect, but I reckon that this big and bulky SUV does come very close to perfection. And honestly, I don't know what other journalists say when they say negative things about this car, because maybe they compared with some other expensive cars that they might be driving at the time, maybe a BMW or a Mercedes. But honestly, the prices of those cars and this car is much different. I, in fact, prefer this car to some other German rivals which sell at roughly the same price point, because you can buy this car for roughly the same price. You can buy a compact or an entry-level German luxury SUV. So forget those German SUVs and forget those other journalists who talk negative things about this Endeavour. Simply go ahead and take a test drive, and I'm sure you'll agree with my verdict. It is the best SUV in its segment, and definitely should be on your shortlist and the top of your list if you're in the market with a budget of about 30 to 40 lakh rupees. Go ahead and take a test drive, and you'll agree with my verdict. It's bye for now, and thanks for watching.